Ready to change your life? I know how difficult it is to look at your bank account and not see what you would like. I was exactly where you are. And then, I discovered something incredible through the teachings of Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He showed me that it's not just about making money, it's about creating wealth. And that starts with habits. Yes, simple habits that anyone can adopt. In this video, I will share with you the 6 habits that transformed my financial life. These are steps that, if you apply, will put you on the path to financial freedom. But it's important that you stay with me until the end of this video, because what I'm going to give you here will transform your life. Let's use the example of Robert Kiyosaki himself. He didn't start out knowing everything about finance or investing, but he had a clear goal: to achieve financial freedom. It guided him through difficult decisions, motivated him to learn more about money and take actions that many would consider risky. Now, how can you apply this to your life? First, take the time to really think about your goals and be specific. It's not enough to say, "I want to be rich." Ask yourself, what does wealth mean to me? Is it having your own home? Is it having time to travel the world? Is it ensuring a quality education for your children? Once you've set your goals, write them down. Yes, on paper. There's something powerful about putting your aspirations on paper. This makes them real, tangible. And whenever you feel unmotivated or lost, look at them. Remember why you started. And here's some advice. Start small. Small achievements lead to big victories. If your goal is to buy a home, start by saving for the down payment. If you want to travel the world, start by exploring your own country or even your city. Every step you take towards your goal counts, and that's how you build your path to financial freedom. So my friend, this is the time. Ask yourself, what are my life goals? And remember, the path to achieving them starts with one simple step. And if you are enjoying the content so far, then leave a like, because YouTube will share this knowledge with more people, and thus show that you are also helping other people. Remember, if you take an action, be good or bad, you receive. And if you do this good deed, you receive a good deed in the future too. The first habit that can transform your financial life is defining your life goals. But what does this really mean? When was the last time you stopped to think about what you really want in life? I'm not just talking about money, but what money can provide you: freedom, trips, family time. Now I want you to ask yourself this question: what are my goals in life? And don't rush. Think about the things that make you wake up every morning, excited to face the day. This is fundamental because your goals will guide your actions and decisions, especially financial ones. Second habit, look for a good job. It is often natural to think that the only way to achieve a high salary is to pursue a traditional career, such as medicine or law, and certainly these areas can offer great opportunities. However, my friend, I want to present a different perspective. What if you created your own job? The world is full of opportunities for entrepreneurs, and in most cases, those who achieve true wealth are entrepreneurs who have their own business and are their own bosses. I'm talking about taking advantage of the possibilities that the internet offers. Do you already have a cell phone or internet access? That's all you need to start your business. It can be an online business or even a physical business. The key here is that you are in control. You set your own goals, create your own vision, and work towards achieving it. Of course, I'm not discounting the importance of education. If you are interested in a specific profession, such as being a doctor, it is important to seek appropriate training. However, the idea is that you also consider being your own boss and creating your own path. Let's look at some examples of successful entrepreneurs. Think of people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. They didn't follow a traditional employment path. Instead, they identified opportunities in the market, created their own companies, and achieved an incredible level of success. So, my friend, this is the time to explore your skills and passions and find a way to turn them into a profitable business. The key here is to start with what you already have. Identify your talents and interests, find a niche market, and start working to build your empire. Remember, being your own boss is not just about making money, it's also about freedom and personal fulfillment. If you're willing to put in the work and learn along the way, the possibilities are endless. So, my friend, don't be afraid to undertake. Be brave, be determined, and start building your own path to financial freedom. You already have the necessary tools, now it's time to act. And if you want to become a prosperous and rich, successful person, say the following word: I was born to be rich. comment on this word because I will see that you are committed to being a truly prosperous person, and you will definitely be. So, as I mentioned in the previous habit, if you already have a good job and earn well, it's time to move on to the third step. Learn to control your budgets. It's impossible to achieve financial freedom if you spend more than you earn. Therefore, it is essential to be aware of your expenses and know exactly how much comes in and how much comes out of your pocket. Just look at this example I'm going to tell you about. Imagine that you have debts to pay and are also considering investing in different opportunities. It is essential to know which priority debts must be paid first and which investments are worth it. Money can be a great temptation, but if you don't pay attention, it can slip through your fingers like water. Therefore, it is important to have financial planning and establish priorities. This means tracking your expenses, avoiding unnecessary expenses, and making conscious decisions about where to invest your money. An effective way to control your spending is to establish a monthly budget. List all your fixed expenses such as rent, utility bills, and debt payments. Then, set a reasonable amount for variable expenses like food and entertainment. Remember to set aside some of your money to save and invest as well. Furthermore, it is important to have discipline and resist the temptation to spend more than you can afford. Avoid impulse purchases and look for ways to save, such as researching prices, comparing offers, and opting for more affordable products and services. Having control over your expenses does not mean depriving yourself of everything, but rather making conscious and balanced decisions. Fourth habit. It is very important that you understand this. Diversify your earnings. This reminds us of the phrase, "Never put everything in one place," sums up this idea well. In the beginning, Robert Kiyosaki himself, like many people, began his financial journey with a regular job. However, he realized that relying on this job alone wasn't enough to reach his financial goals. So Robert Kiyosaki decided to diversify his earnings. He started studying investments and decided to invest part of his money in shares of solid companies with good growth potential. Furthermore, Robert Kiyosaki started entrepreneurship. He identified an opportunity in the market and opened his own company, which started small, but over time became a profitable business. To supplement his sources of income, Robert also made investments in real estate. He acquired apartments for rent, guaranteeing a monthly passive income. With this diversification strategy, Robert was able to increase his earnings and create a solid financial foundation. He did not just depend on a fixed salary, but had income from different sources. This approach to diversifying earnings is essential to achieving financial independence and having more security in the future. By not concentrating all resources in one place, such as a job or a single form of investment, it is possible to reduce risks and increase the chances of success. Fifth habit. Now I'm going to say something that's obvious, but it's the great truth. If you don't pay your bills, I'm sorry, but you'll never have financial freedom. Paying your bills on time is an essential step to keeping your financial health in order. When you stop paying your bills, you accumulate interest and fines, which can further compromise your budget. Furthermore, constant delays can result in credit restrictions and difficulties in purchasing goods or services in the future. Imagine the following situation. You have a credit card bill to pay. If you let this account accumulate, interest will start to be charged, making the amount larger and larger. This means you will be losing money by paying more than the original purchase price. Additionally, when you fall behind on your bills, you create a cycle of debt that becomes difficult to break. You may end up taking out loans to pay late bills, which leads to more debt and more interest. On the other hand, when you pay your bills on time, you avoid these problems. You demonstrate financial responsibility and maintain your reputation as a reliable payer. This can open doors to better credit opportunities and more favorable negotiations in the future. Discipline in paying your bills on time also helps you establish a solid foundation for building wealth. By keeping your finances in order, you can save, invest, and make plans to reach your financial goals. So don't underestimate the importance of paying your bills on time. This simple but essential practice is a fundamental step towards achieving financial freedom and ensuring peace of mind in the future. Last habit, have an emergency fund. We know that life is full of unexpected events, and if you don't prepare yourself, unfortunately, you will be taking a lot of risks, whether due to your health or anything else. and having an emergency fund is very important for you to be financially successful. Experts recommend that you have at least 1 year of guaranteed expenses in this fund. It is essential to understand that this money must be reserved exclusively for emergencies. I'm going to tell you a fable that illustrates the importance of this emergency fund. Once upon a time in the forest, a group of animals lived in harmony. One day, a huge storm hit the forest, knocking down trees and destroying the animals' dens. Everyone was left helpless and had nowhere to shelter. However, there was a wise and far-sighted animal in the forest, an ant named Antonio. Antonio always saved some of his food and resources for difficult times. While the other animals struggled to find shelter and food after the storm, Antonio was prepared. He had an emergency fund represented by his food reserve that helped him face adversity. The other animals were impressed and realized the importance of preparing for unforeseen events. From this episode, they learned the importance of having an emergency fund like Antonio to protect themselves against storms, droughts, and other challenging situations. This fable teaches us that having an emergency fund is like being Antonio. It means being prepared for difficult moments in life, avoiding dependence on third parties, and ensuring financial peace of mind in crisis situations. Therefore, it is essential to set aside a portion of your income for this emergency fund. This way, you will be prepared to face unforeseen events, such as unexpected medical expenses, job loss, or emergency home repairs. Having an emergency fund is an act of self-care and financial responsibility. Now, I want to tell you something. These 6 habits that I gave you, if you apply it, you will really have financial success, and you will no longer worry about money. But remember, I have a part 2 to do about this video, and it will only be released on air. If you want. So if you want, comment, "I want part 2, because I'm going to bring this part 2. It's increasingly more important than this one, right? And if you like the video, subscribe and leave a like. This is a very important thing, and that's it. Until the next video.